Way back in 1985, the United States military chose a new primary sidearm for their troops. The gun they chose was the Beretta M9. They were making a transition from 45 ACP sidearms to 9mm sidearms, and the one they went with was, like I said, the Beretta M9. Now, a lot of people weren't happy with this. A lot of people weren't happy with going from the 45 ACP to the 9mm, and they definitely weren't happy that they chose the Beretta when they did go to the 9mm. So there was a lot of, controversy about that change at the time, and it's never been a real popular decision even since then. Even though it's been since 1985 that they did it, they still haven't changed it, and people haven't really been thrilled with it. So now people are starting to say, well, it's been quite a while. It's time to change the gun in the United States military. Now, there's lots of different guns used as sidearms throughout the military, but the primary gun is still the Beretta M9. Now, since a lot of people have never been happy with the M9, and a lot of people say now it's time to change since it's been so long, I thought I'd do a quick little video here where people get to weigh in on what they think the new choice for the primary sidearm of the United States military should be. Now, I have two different opinions on this topic. One is if we stay with 9mm, and one is if we go to 45 ACP. Now, before I get into those two guns, I will say one thing, though. There is one thing I think it's time for the U.S. military to do, and that is adopt a polymer gun. Polymer guns are cheap to make, easy to make, reliable, durable. They're just everything a military gun should be. They're inexpensive, they're mass producible, they work well. What more could you want in a military sidearm? So I think it's time for the U.S. Army to update and go to a polymer gun. So both of my choices are going to be polymer guns. Now, if we stay with the 9mm, my choice would be the Beretta PX4 Storm. Now, the PX4 Storm is still very similar in manual of arms and ergonomics to the M9, so there's not a lot of change for soldiers that are used to the M9 now. It does have a rotating barrel design, which makes it a very nice, soft shooting gun, which I think is a very good feature. It does have the manual safety. I've converted this one to just a decocker, but it does have the manual safety, so it meets that requirement. Now, these guns are currently made in Italy, so they'd have to move production to the United States to meet the contract demands of the U.S. military. That's a good thing. Brings a new production gun to the United States, and it's a good production gun. So this would be my choice if we stayed with 9mm. Now, another option, we go back to 45 ACP. And this is a popular option with a lot of people. Now, I don't see a practical need to go back to the 45 ACP because modern 9mm ammunition is very capable. It's easily as capable as 45 ACP was back in the day that it was the chosen ammunition of the military. A lot of people, though, still want to go back to it. And if we did go back to it, I have a choice for that caliber, too. Now, my choice for the 45 ACP would be the FNX 45 Tactical. Now, this gun's 45 ACP, like I said, holds 15 rounds in the magazine, has the manual safety like the Army requires, plus a decocker, and it's made in America already. So we wouldn't be bringing any new production to America, but it's a gun that's already made here. Now, it does have features that wouldn't be needed for the military, like the threaded barrel and the cut for the red dot sight, because they don't really use those. But maybe if they had the option, they'd start using them. The gun is very easy shooting. It's just a really well-made gun. I like it a lot. I'm not a big FN fan, but I really like this gun, and I think it'd be a great sidearm for the United States military. So there's my opinions on what I think the new primary firearm for the United States military should be. So what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think we should move to polymer? Do you think we should stick with 9mm? Do you think we should go to 45 ACP? I look forward to hearing what you have to say, because I want to know what you think the new primary firearm should be for the United States military. You ain't even my real dad. If we go back to 45 ACP. Now, regardless of which caliber we choose, there is one thing that I think on both sides. What am I saying? Primary gun of the United States military. It should be something that's easily mass-produced, something that's cheaply... I can't talk. Very similar to the M9 in a lot of ways. Similar ergonomics, similar manual of arms. Now, it does have a rotating barrel. Why did my voice just fade it out? Fade it out. My voice would be the Beretta PX4 Storm. The Beretta PX4 Storm is 9mm. It by the U.S. Army. Now, I've transferred this one to a decocker only. I think it's a very nice option. Makes it a very nice, easy shooting gun. Oh, f***. Noisy ass f***ing plane. It is awesome. It's as good as 45 used to be back when they made the choice to be 45. Ugh. Motherfucker, hunk your horn. Now this is an option a lot of people want to do. Now I don't see a lot of practical need to go back to 45. A couple of choices that I think should be the new primary firearms of the United States military. God damn. So there are my top options for what I think the new primary firearm should be for the United States military. What are they running? What is that noise? What the is that? Now this gun is just awesome. It's 45 ACP. Holds my God. Quit honking your fucking horn. 45 ACP will be the FNX 45 Tactical. Now this gun has a lot of things that wouldn't be needed for the military. The gun itself is just a really great gun. Shoots very well. Holds 15 rounds of 45 ACP ammunition. Now my choice for the 45 ACP would be the FNX 45 ACP. No, there's no ACP in the title. But the military requires a safety, so it wouldn't meet that standard. Can be made in America, so it can meet that.